Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain TXP and today is the 6th of November 2023, and to be honest guys, the global cryptocurrency market is definitely looking good, but it's going to be really interesting to see what happens over the week, because to be honest guys, there is a possibility that the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies would marginally go down, so we'll definitely go and discuss what is it that you can expect in the next coming days. Now listen guys, regarding blockchain technology, there is a lot of hype around, isn't it? And there is a Bloomberg analyst who has actually mentioned via Twitter that by 2028, most likely we might have 100 million users. But listen guys, I kind of disagree to it, and I'm going to give out my reasoning as to why blockchain technology has limited use case. Now if you truly understand what blockchain technology is and how blockchain technology works, you need to understand guys that the biggest innovation of blockchain technology is a trustless system. And until and unless we don't solve blockchain trilemma problem, to be honest guys, centralized systems do a much better job so far as time is concerned, so far as cost is concerned, and so far as quality is concerned. So we'll definitely go ahead and explore that. Now guys, in the world of DeFi, we have some unfortunate update, and that is to do with the protocol called as Aave, and they have decided to halt the operations. So we'll definitely go ahead and discuss what is going on with Aave. But so far as this bug is concerned, it's important to note that no funds have actually been impacted, and all the funds are definitely safer. So we'll definitely briefly touch base on that. Now guys, in the world of NFTs, there is a massive news, and that is regarding Bored Ape Yacht creator Yuga Labs, and they have actually partnered with Magic Eden, and they are on the verge of creating a new marketplace. And we'll also go ahead and discuss what kind of an impact does it have on traders, because it looks like guys, the traders are not going to be benefited by this news. So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on this. And guys, since the last month or so, there was trial of the century going on, and that was regarding the legend Sam Bankman-Fried. And over the weekend guys, it was announced that Sam Bankman-Fried has been found guilty on all 7 charges. So we'll definitely touch base on that. And guys, like we do in every Crypto and Coffee Date podcast, I'm going to be discussing 2 news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. Now the first news guys is a massive news, and that is to do with Ripple's XRP. And the news is that the Dubai Financial Authority, that is DIFC, has approved XRP as a recognized crypto token. So definitely massive news, and it's going to be really interesting to see what kind of an impact does it have on the price of XRP and Ripple. Definitely positive news, I guess. And the second news guys has to do with Abu Dhabi, and the news is that Abu Dhabi Global Market is introducing the world's first DLT Foundation regime, and this has more to do with Web 3.0 and DeFi. So definitely positive news. Now listen guys, there is this big question that you need to ask: are regulations good, or do they actually hinder progress? Now one thing which I've noticed, particularly by the UAE government, they're definitely in support of innovation, and they definitely support new ideas, and the UAE government has definitely been involved in a lot of cryptocurrency, blockchain and NFT protocols as well. So definitely positive news, and I'm pretty much sure other countries can definitely learn from it. So we'll definitely go ahead and explore that. So quite a lot to cover guys in today's episode, so let's kickstart with it right away. Welcome to the Crypto and Coffee Date, the daily podcast that keeps you up to date on all latest developments in the world of cryptocurrencies, blockchain and NFTs. Join us Monday to Friday as you kick off your day with a cup of coffee and a deep dive into the exciting and rapidly evolving world of digital assets. We'll cover the latest news and trends in the cryptocurrency and blockchain space, as well as delve into the growing world of NFTs or non-fungible tokens and metaverse. Plus, we'll keep you updated on the latest developments from Dubai, UAE and the wider Middle East region. Whether you're a seasoned crypto enthusiast or just getting started, Crypto and Coffee Date has something for you. Our expert host will provide insight and analysis on the most important topics in the industry and help you stay up to date on the latest developments. We'll bring you interviews with leading figures in the crypto and blockchain space and explore the ways in which these technologies are changing the world around us, from the impact on traditional financial systems to the potential for revolutionizing industries and transforming societies. We'll cover it all on Crypto and Coffee Date. So tune in and join us for a daily dose of Crypto and Coffee Date, and let's stay ahead of the curve together. We'll start your day off right with the most important news and insights from the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse, and help you navigate this exciting and rapidly evolving landscape. In Crypto and Coffee Date, the daily podcast covers the latest developments in the world of cryptocurrency, blockchain and the metaverse. We'll also bring you updates on the latest news from Dubai, UAE and wider Middle East region. This also includes a range of topics such as developments in the local and blockchain industry, including new projects and initiatives, regulatory updates, and policies related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region, local and regional events and conferences focused on crypto and blockchain, interviews with leading figures in Dubai, UAE and Middle East crypto and blockchain community, coverage of any significant news or events related to cryptocurrency and blockchain in the region. By covering these local and regional developments, in addition to the wider world of cryptocurrency and blockchain, Crypto and Coffee at 8 aims to provide a comprehensive overview of the industry and its impact on the Dubai, UAE and Middle East region. Now before we kickstart today's episode, I have an important message, so check this out. Thank you to our sponsors for being part of the blockchain DXB journey. Firstly, Advanced Media. Advanced Media, guys, is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact, guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen, guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website, that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing, guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so, guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE, so definitely check it out. And also, guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen, guys, do one thing. If you do want to support this channel, go to the website, that is www.amt.tv, and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, listen, guys, there are 3 things I'm absolutely passionate about. One is death metal, ice cold beer, and the third one is extreme sports, and that is Tough Mudder. And Tough Mudder, guys, is a series of obstacle and mud runs that'll push your physical and mental limits without the pressure of competition. It's essentially a community that is built on teamwork and overcoming obstacles, where stepping outside of your comfort zone is the actual reward. And my big question is, guys, when was the last time you did something wild for the very first time? Now listen, guys, Tough Mudder Arabia has a formidable team, and Tough Mudder Arabia, guys, is putting across a series of events this year and next year. And if you're someone who's in Dubai, there are 2 days of back-to-back Tough Mudder events as well that takes place on the 11th and the 12th of November at the iconic Jebel Ali race. Now listen, guys, there are different distances as well. You have 5 kilometer, you have 10 kilometer, and you also have Tough Mudder for kids as well. Now so far as the Tough Mudder 5K is concerned, it's featuring 13 of the famous teamwork inspired obstacles crammed into 5K course, and so far as 10K is concerned, it has 20 of the world's famous obstacles to tackle. So what I'd really recommend you to do is, guys, go to the Instagram of Tough Mudder, give them a follow, and listen, guys, if you do want to score a discount, the discount is RACE15, and the link for the discount is in the show notes below. I hope I get to see you there, guys, because to be honest, on the 11th and 12th, it's going to be my 25th and the 26th Tough Mudder, and one of my goals is to do 100 Tough Mudder, which hopefully might happen in the next few years. So look at the show notes below and get yourself registered, and hopefully see you at the event. Next, Startup OI is global one tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events, and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town. A podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race-Pace Podcast. So check out the Race-Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race-Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gov Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all. They also plan to release 7 NFTs. And these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform and search for Rise in the Obstacle Course Race podcast. And finally guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger, a company headquartered in Paris, France. And Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers 2 hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below. Now guys, since you've taken care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now as of today guys, the global cryptocurrency market is at $1.32 trillion, and since the last 24 hours, it is marginally up by 2.04%. Now mind you guys, it's really important to note that I'm looking at these numbers in the early hours on the 6th of November, which is a Monday, but at the same time, it still might be the 5th of November, that is Sunday, in most of the Western countries. Now so far as the total cryptocurrency market volume is concerned, since the last 24 hours, it is $35.13 billion, and since the last 24 hours, it is up by 18.70%. Now the total volume in DeFi guys is nothing to be bragging about, but it is at $4.27 billion, and DeFi guys as of today is accounting for 12.14% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume, and DeFi guys is over the $40 billion mark, and as of today it is at $43.51 billion, and Lido guys is clearly dominating so far as DeFi is concerned, and it is at $16.86 billion, and the number second protocol so far as total value locked is concerned is MakerDAO, and it is at $8.06 billion. Now JustLend guys is number third, and if you look at JustLend's total value locked, it is at $5.71 billion, and fourth guys is Aave at $5.61 billion, and later on guys we'll go ahead and discuss what is going on in the world of Aave, because looks like there is a bug that they have identified, and they've also gone ahead and updated the community on what to do so far as Aave's bug is concerned. Now the number 5th so far as the total value locked is concerned is Uniswap, and it is at $3.39 billion. Now one metric guys that I'm keeping an eye on is decentralized to centralized exchange, and the decentralized exchange dominance is at 21.51%. Ideally guys, I'm looking at these numbers to remain consistent at over 40%, hopefully for a couple of weeks or hopefully for a couple of months. That would give us a very good indication that the world is ready for decentralized exchange. Now guys, let's quickly run through the 24-hour volume of decentralized exchanges. Now the number 1 is Uniswap, and its 24-hour volume is at $806.42 million. The number 2 guys is PancakeSwap at $281.29 million. Maverick Protocol is at number 3 at $75.37 million. Thorchain guys is at number 4 at $69.24 million. And Curve Finance at number 5 at $61.7 million. Now guys, if you look at the volume of stablecoins, it is only down to $29.81 billion. And stablecoins guys is accounting for 84.84% of the total crypto market 24-hour volume. Now look guys, to get an indication if we are heading towards a bullish market, the metric that we need to keep an eye on is that of the volume of stablecoins. Ideally guys, you're looking at a number somewhere between the $80 to $120 billion range, and then we can confidently say that we are definitely heading towards a bullish market. Unfortunately, guys, these numbers are ridiculously low, but hopefully if you do get some information regarding, let's say, a Bitcoin spot ETF, that would eventually mean an Ethereum spot ETF will be approved, and who knows, most likely an XRP ETF, and quite a lot of other ETF approvals will be on the way as well. And at that point of time, guys, the volume of stable coins should definitely surpass the $100 billion mark. And mind you guys, I'm talking about that on a 24-hour basis. We'll just have to wait and see when we get some update regarding Bitcoin spot ETF, Ethereum spot ETF, or maybe even an XRP spot ETF. Now, so far as the volume of stablecoins is concerned, Tether USDT is still leading the pack with $25.67 billion, followed by Circle USDC at $2.91 billion, and Binance BUSD, guys. The volume is well below the $500 million mark. It is only at $341 million. Now, guys, since the last 24 hours, surprisingly, the market cap of Bitcoin has gone down, and the market cap of Ethereum has actually pumped up. Because I very specifically remember on Thursday when I look at the market cap of Bitcoin, it was at $696 billion, but now it has gone down by roughly around $10 billion, and it is at $686 billion. So it looks like since the last few hours, a lot of selling is going on, and the prices of Bitcoin has actually gone down. And as a matter of fact, Ethereum's market cap has actually gone down. Now, mind you guys, I'm only comparing this with the numbers from Thursday. And I specifically remember on Thursday, Ethereum's market cap was at $221 billion, but now it is at $229 billion. And guys, if you were to compare this matrix, let's say with the dominance of Bitcoin and Ethereum, the numbers do make a lot of sense because Bitcoin's dominance has gone down from 53%, and as of now it is at 51.90%, whereas Ethereum's dominance has marginally pumped up to 17.30%. Now guys, because of this matrix, I'm really curious to check two particular matrix that get released on Mondays. Now every Monday's Glassnodes, they tend to provide weekly insights. Essentially what they do is they go ahead and explain what is going on from an investor's point of view, from Bitcoin holders' point of view, and the report mostly focuses on Bitcoin and Ethereum, and they give us a weekly snapshot of what has happened in the world of Bitcoin and Ethereum. So definitely keep an eye on that report. And along with that, CoinShares head of research, that is James Butterfield, he tends to provide a weekly snapshot of what has happened in the last week, and he publishes this blog via Medium, so definitely check it out. Now it's going to be really crucial to dig deep into that, guys, because what has happened last week is Bitcoin's market cap has gone down and Ethereum's market cap has gone up, and the same numbers are reflecting so far as the dominance is concerned as well. Now guys, let's quickly run through the 24-hour trading volume between Bitcoin and Ethereum. Now because it is a Sunday on most of the Western countries, the trading volumes for Bitcoin and Ethereum are not looking good, but Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume is at $11.4 billion, whereas Ethereum is at $7.8 billion. Now what I've been observing, guys, for the past 6 months or so, Ethereum's volume most often is less than 1/4 of Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume, but since the last 24 hours, Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume is well over 50% of that of Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume. So most likely we might be seeing some news or some partnership going on in the world of Ethereum, isn't it? So these are metrics that you definitely need to keep an eye on. Now guys, before we look at the king of all kings, let me run through a protocol called as Kadena, and the ticker symbol is KDA. And the reason why I wanted to cover it, guys, because it is a blockchain network that aims to provide a more scalable and energy efficient version of Bitcoin. So let me go ahead and give out some bits and pieces of information, because Kadena, guys, is a blockchain platform designed to address some of the limitations of traditional blockchain network like Bitcoin. So let me go ahead and break down some of the key features, and I'd like to focus on 6 key areas, that is scalability, energy efficiency, crypto gas stations, their token, that is KDA token, security, and finally smart contracts as well. So far scalability is concerned, Kadena's main goal is to provide a blockchain that can handle a large number of transactions without sacrificing on security, and it achieves this by using a unique approach known as Chainweb. And Chainweb, guys, weaves together multiple blockchains which work in parallel to process transactions. This means, guys, that Kadena can process many transactions simultaneously, increasing its overall capacity. And so far as energy efficiency is concerned, unlike Bitcoin blockchain, which has been heavily criticized for its energy-intensive mining processes in it, what Kadena does is it aims to remain energy efficient at scale, and it can handle more transactions with the same energy input, making it a more sustainable option for those concerned about the environmental impact of blockchain technology. And so far as the gas station is concerned, guys, Cadena offers a feature called as crypto gas stations, and these are mechanisms that allow businesses to pay for the customer's transaction fees, which can be a significant barrier to blockchain adoption for enterprises. And this feature, guys, simplifies the use of blockchain technology for businesses. And so far as the token is concerned, that is KDA, it serves as a primary means to pay for transaction fees or gas fees on the network, and as a reward for miners who validate transactions and create new block. And guys, the token distribution is designed to support the network and incentivize various participants. And so far as the security mechanism is concerned, guys, they use something called as chain web, and Cadena's chain web architecture enhances security, and it requires an attacker to compromise multiple chains simultaneously to manipulate the work, making it much more secure against potential threats. So kind of attacking Cadena blockchain is next to impossible, isn't it? And they also have features of smart contract. And Cadena, guys, uses a unique smart contract language called as Pact, and Pact is designed to be human readable and comes with powerful security features, and it is specifically built for blockchain applications, ensuring that smart contracts are executed securely as intended. So essentially, in summary, guys, Cadena stands out for its innovative approach to scalability, energy efficiency, and security, and it provides a platform for businesses and individuals to utilize blockchain technology efficiently. Its multi-chain architecture, crypto gas station, and Pact smart contracts make it a compelling option for those looking to leverage blockchain technology in a more sustainable and secure manner. So what are your thoughts, guys, on Cadena? To be honest, guys, I really am not sure, but definitely an interesting project. Now, guys, let's look at the king of all kings, that is Bitcoin. And to be honest, guys, the price of Bitcoin is really looking good. It is at $35,094, and since the last 24 hours, it is marginally up by 0.88%. Since the last 7 days, it is up by 1.50%. Ethereum, guys, has crossed the $1,900 mark. It is at $1,901. And since the last 24 hours, it is up by 3.39%. Since the last 7 days, it is up by 5.96%. And guys, this number definitely reflects why the dominance of Ethereum is pumped up since the last few days. And even the market cap has pumped up, isn't it? Now, Binance BNB Coin, guys, is at $242. And the entire last week, guys, we discussed some of the unfortunate reports regarding the matrix of Binance BNB Coin. Now, that being said, since the last 24 hours, it is up by 2.47%. And since the last 7 days, it is up by 6.88%. Now, look, guys, there is so much of hype surrounding blockchain technology. Now, if you have just gotten into the blockchain technology space, you would be under the impression that blockchain technology changes lives and it is the fourth industrial revolution. Unfortunately, guys, I hate to say it, I disagree to it. And just what happened a few days ago is that Bloomberg analyst did actually mention via Twitter that bear market, bull market, doesn't matter, adoption of blockchain technology continues unabated. And what he actually mentioned is that not having exposure to one of the largest structural trends of the next decade could be costly. Now, mind you, guys, in his tweet, he actually mentioned that as of now that there are 5 million daily crypto users, but he has given an explanation on why it is likely to be 100 million users in less than 5 years. Now listen, guys, these numbers might sound to be great, but you also need to compare it with, let's say, with what happened to Threads, isn't it? If you know Threads, guys, they reached 30 million users in less than 24 hours. As a matter of fact, guys, if you look at Instagram, it took them only 15 months to reach 30 million downloads. And guys, if you compare it, let's say, even with TikTok, they reached the milestone in less than 2 years. Now, this is unfortunately one of the features and one of the drawbacks of having centralized entity as well, isn't it? Now, look, guys, when you talk about blockchain technology, unfortunately, guys, there are very limited use case, and you need to truly understand what the blockchain trilemma problem is. People who don't understand the blockchain trilemma problem go ahead and make the assumption that blockchain technology can be utilized for different purposes. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, beyond making transactions that is peer-to-peer, there are very limited use case of blockchain technology, and you always need to compare it, let's say, with centralized entities or centralized softwares. And based on my understanding, guys, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but a centralized entity or a centralized software do a much better job in terms of time, in terms of cost, and even in terms of quality. And guys, listen, I have so many interviews with CEOs, CTOs, and founders, and one of the things that they don't tend to realize is whenever we are switching to new systems, new industries, and new technology, the new system has to offer a 10x better user experience. And until and unless we don't get a 10x better user experience, people are just not going to switch. And going back to the tweet by the analyst by Bloomberg, if you actually go through his experience via LinkedIn profile, he hasn't gotten into the blockchain space since a long time. He doesn't even truly understand what blockchain technology is. And listen guys, if you disagree to what I'm saying, what I'd really recommend you to do is try to understand what the blockchain trilemma problem is. If a blockchain is promoting, let's say, millions of transactions per second, they're definitely compromising either on scalability, either on decentralization, security, or scalability. And I was reading through a news earlier which actually talked about Open Network, that is Torn, and they have actually successfully done a test, and they claim to be the world's fastest and most scalable blockchain. Now listen guys, this test was done under a regulated circumstance, and they did not ask the community to go ahead and make a decision, so they're definitely heavily compromising so far centralization is concerned. And guys listen, it's so critical that we truly understand what blockchain technology is and what Bitcoin is, because I very strongly feel once you truly understand what blockchain technology is, you will truly understand what blockchain technology is not, and you always need to compare it, let's say, with current existing systems. The new system or technology and industry has to have a 10x better user experience in order for people to switch. Now whether you agree to it or disagree to it or want to have a healthy debate, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now guys, let's discuss some unfortunate news regarding Aave. And the news is that DeFi protocol Aave has decided to halt operations due to a bug. Again guys, who goes and makes the decision? Looks like there is a centralized team that has gone ahead and made a decision to go ahead and halt the operation, isn't it? But so far as this news is concerned, on 4th of November, the Aave Protocol temporarily halted select market operations in response to a reported bug. And more specifically guys, Aave paused the Aave V2 Ethereum network, and they suspended particular assets on Avalanche network and even temporarily froze specific assets in Aave version 3 across Polygon, Arbitrum, and Optimism as well. Now all these things being said guys, it's really important to note that no funds or any of the markets were at risk. And what they actually mentioned is that they're going to have a detailed explanation on what has happened, and most likely we might be able to hear that hopefully on Monday. Now listen guys, Aave further clarified that users supplying or borrowing from a frozen asset pool can still withdraw and repay positions. However guys, these users can't supply or borrow more funds from the frozen assets pool until the issue is resolved. Now listen guys, if you're someone who uses Aave, you definitely need to check it out. Now guys, let's discuss some news from the world of NFT marketplaces. And the news is that Yuga Labs, who are the creator of Bored Ape Yacht Club, is partnering with Magic Eden to introduce an Ethereum NFT marketplace that enforces the payment of royalties to contractual obligation. Now listen guys, the company said in an official statement that Magic Eden will have a contractual obligation to pay Yuga Labs a share of secondary market sale of its future NFT collections. Now so far as the trader is concerned guys, unfortunately, things will not change or impact anyway for the traders if they're interacting with Magic Eden. But listen guys, I know quite a lot of people who do a lot of trading and who've gone and built quite a lot of things on Magic Eden, so you definitely need to check it out. Now further details and technical explanations of this new NFT marketplaces will be released pretty soon. Now guys, let's discuss some massive news, and that is regarding the trial of the century, and Sam Bankman-Fried, the legend and the former CEO of FTX, has been found guilty of defrauding FTX customers out of billions of dollars, and he's most likely facing up to 150 years in prison. Now listen guys, unfortunately for him, a 12-member jury in Manhattan Federal Court convicted him on all 7 counts after facing a month-long trial in which prosecutors made the case that he looted $8 billion from the exchange users out of sheer greed. Now listen guys, Coin Bureau, one of my favorite YouTube channels, did release an episode, and in that episode he had a commentator who I believe is actively involved in Sam Bankman-Fried's case, and she was also present during the trial hearing, so definitely check it out. But listen guys, I have this very strong feeling someone from Netflix would have been there at the court hearing, and to be honest guys, I wouldn't be surprised if Netflix releases a series of episodes explaining the entire drama. And listen guys, I wouldn't be surprised if the documentary actually starts by CZ sending a text message regarding the whole FTX situation. So unfortunately for Sam Bankman-Fried, it looks like he's definitely facing some jail time. So those were the Crypto and Coffee at news, guys. Now let's discuss two news on Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And the first news has to do with Dubai Financial Authority, and they have approved XRP as recognized crypto token. So let me go ahead and break down what this news is all about. And this news, guys, is actually published via bitcoin.com. And the Dubai Financial Services Authority, also called as DFSA, has approved XRP for use in Dubai International Financial Center. And the DIFC, guys, as we know, is a special economic zone in Dubai. And licensed virtual asset firms in DIFC can now offer XRP-based services. And Ripple, guys, made the announcement about XRP's approval. And the Dubai Financial Services Authority regulates the financial activities in DIFC, isn't it? And if you actually go to the official website of DIFC, you can actually see an article which states Notice of Crypto Token Recognition. And this was actually published by DFSA, that is Dubai Financial Services Authority. And they have added XRP and even Toincoin to be listed as recognized crypto tokens. And just few minutes ago, guys, I did mention about an achievement regarding Toincoin as well, isn't it? Now, this recognition became effective on the date of the notice, and the list of recognized crypto tokens now includes 5 cryptocurrencies, that is Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, Ton, and XRP as well. Now, so far as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin is concerned, they were added on November 2022, and Ton and XRP were added on 2nd of November as well. Now, XRP, guys, was the first virtual asset approved by Dubai Financial Services Authority since it opened an external application, and Ripple chose DIFC as the Middle East and North Africa headquarters due to favorable regulations and reputation as a financial center. And around 20% of Ripple customers are now based in MENA region, so it definitely makes quite a lot of sense to get it approved by a regulatory body in the Middle East, isn't it? Now in Dubai, guys, we also have VARA, that is Dubai Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority, which is another regulator in Dubai that oversees crypto assets in various zones in Dubai, but it does not include the IFC. Now, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse expressed commitment to expanding in Dubai and working closely with regulators. And guys, listen, Dubai is known for offering regulatory clarity and guidance for licensed firms in virtual asset space. Dubai Financial Services Authority's recognition provides legal and regulatory clarity for XRP, and now licensed firm in DIFC can use XRP to facilitate more efficient global value exchange. Now listen, guys, all these things being said, I'm pretty much sure there will be KYC involved as well, isn't it? So listen, when you talk about regulations, they might appear to be great, but in the world of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, I really am not sure if this is the news that we should be celebrating, but nonetheless, it's important to note that the UAE has become an innovative jurisdiction in providing regulatory clarity for virtual asset services. And as I mentioned earlier, guys, the UAE government are definitely pro-innovation, and they do try to provide as much as regulatory clarity is concerned, keeping in mind safety for investors and regular customers. So definitely brilliant stuff. Now, guys, let's discuss second news, and this is to do with Abu Dhabi Global Market, and they have introduced the world's first DLT foundation regime. So let me go ahead and break down what this news is all about. Because to be honest, guys, this is a massive news, and this news can be further checked in Abu Dhabi Global Market's website, that is adgm.com. And Abu Dhabi Global Market, guys, has introduced a new regulatory framework called as Distributed Ledger Technology Foundations Regulations 2023, and the framework addresses the specific legal requirements of blockchain foundations, decentralized autonomous organizations, and the broader crypto industry. And the goal, guys, is to create a regulatory environment that supports the growth of digital assets and blockchain industry. And the Regulation Authority of ADGM released this framework signifies a significant development in digital asset regulations, both regionally and internationally as well. And I'm pretty much sure a lot of the other countries and a lot of the government departments in other countries will definitely try to replicate this. As so far as the framework is concerned, the framework is designed to offer a comprehensive regulatory structure for DLT foundations and decentralized autonomous organization, and it recognizes the unique needs of blockchain and digital asset sector. And the Abu Dhabi Global Market strategy is to encourage initiatives in the broader blockchain and digital asset space. And this regulatory framework aims to set a global benchmark as the world's first of its kind, and it's suitable for various entities including blockchain foundation, Web3 organizations, decentralized autonomous organizations, a DAO, and traditional foundations looking to enhance the operations through DLT. And look, guys, the goal is to revolutionize the industry by providing a unified solution for digital asset related activities and broader foundation operations. and the framework, guys, promotes transparency and efficiency in the digital asset landscape. In Abu Dhabi Global Markets, DLT Foundation's regime leverages technology to enable governance while acknowledging the need for decentralization, and recently it underwent a public consultation with DLT industry participants to gather feedback and refine the regulations. And I'm pretty much sure, guys, I definitely covered this news, and I do remember it was in the first quarter of this year. And so far as this regulation is concerned, this regulatory framework strengthens Abu Dhabi Global Markets' position as a global leader in the digital asset regulation, and the chairman of Abu Dhabi Global Market, that is Ahmad Jassim Al-Zabi, sees Abu Dhabi as a growing hub for digital asset development, and the DLT Foundation's regime is a proactive step towards improving the digital asset sector and enhancing transparency and efficiency. And digital ledger technology, guys, or DLT, has become a central part of the global digital asset sector, isn't it? And Abu Dhabi Global Market, as a leading international financial center, supports technological innovation and crypto initiatives, so definitely positive news. And look, guys, all this thing being said, it's really important to understand why was Bitcoin created. Bitcoin was created as a movement towards separation of money and the state. But listen, guys, so far as UAE government is concerned, they definitely show ways, and they are definitely proactive and supportive. So far as decentralized autonomous organization is concerned, so far as Web3 is concerned, and even artificial intelligence is concerned. But guys, listen, it's so important to understand that while government involvement in regulatory frameworks can provide certain benefits, there are also several reasons why some argue it might not be ideal to heavily regulate and shape the growth of DAO and Web 3.0. So let me go ahead and share some of my thoughts and opinion. So when you talk about innovation and experimentation, organic growth, guys, allows for more experimentation and innovation, and over-regulations can actually stifle creativity and hinder the development of groundbreaking technologies and ideas. Listen, guys, we are living in a really fast-paced evolution, particularly in the world of blockchain or even artificial intelligence, isn't it? And so far as the blockchain and Web3 space is concerned, a heavy regulatory framework might not adapt quickly enough to keep up with the pace of technological change. And you also need to take into consideration the global nature of blockchain, isn't it? Because the blockchain and Web3 are global technologies, and over-regulation in one jurisdiction may encourage projects to move to other lenient regulatory environments, reducing the benefits of the local economy. And we've already seen a lot of cryptocurrency exchanges leaving United States of America and moving to Dubai and UAE, isn't it? And so far as decentralization is concerned, it's really important to know that the essence of many blockchain and so-called Web3 projects is decentralization and autonomy. Now, heavy government involvement can be contrary to these principles, and so far as community governance is concerned, many decentralized autonomous organizations, guys, relies on community governance. Now, imposing external regulations may actually disrupt the self-governance models that these organizations are built on, and so far as compliance is concerned, guys, listen, excessive regulations can create high compliance costs for startups and small organizations, making it extremely difficult for them to enter the market and compete with larger players. Now, I very specifically remember about OpenBazaar, which was, if not one of the most brilliant projects done by Amir Taki, and he did it in just a matter of 7 hours. But imagine having to follow rules and regulations. There will be additional costs associated with it, and I'm not sure if they do actually even turn out into fruition. And guys, you also need to factor into consideration things like regulatory uncertainty, and in some cases, unclear and shifting regulations can create uncertainty that would actually discourage investments and participation in the sector. Listen, guys, regulations and clarity might sound good, but there might be unintended consequences as well, and government interventions can actually lead to unintended consequences and distortions in the market, potentially harming both businesses and consumers. And there are also certain risks associated with regulatory capture as well. And regulatory capture, guys, where regulations are influenced by vested interests, can actually hinder the development of a fair and open system. And guys, listen, when you talk about Web 3.0, there is also potential for overreach, isn't it? And excessive regulations may actually infringe on personal freedoms and privacy, especially if it involves heavy surveillance or control mechanism. And so far as compliance challenges is concerned, guys, it's so critical to understand that cross-border projects do actually face complex challenges when dealing with a patchwork of different regulatory frameworks, making it difficult to navigate the legal landscape. And now listen guys, if you're someone in the Middle East, you definitely have a competitive advantage because the government is offering support and innovation, but it can also be a competitive disadvantage, and over-regulated environments can place local projects and companies at a disadvantage compared to global competitors who operate in more permissive jurisdictions. So essentially guys, you always need to remember regulations is essential for consumer protection, but it's so critical to understand guys that an overly restrictive regulatory framework, particularly in the world of blockchain, decentralized autonomous organization or DAO, and Web3 space could actually stifle innovation, disrupt decentralization, and potentially harm the sector's growth and development. And to be honest guys, Kraken, one of the oldest cryptocurrency exchanges in the world, did actually make a decision to leave Abu Dhabi as well. So you always need to factor those things into consideration, and it's so important that balancing regulation with the need for organic growth and innovation is a complex challenge that regulators must carefully analyze. So those are my thoughts and opinion on it guys, and if you do have any feedback or suggestions, mention them in the comments below. And that's about all guys from Crypto Coffee Read from Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, it's Josh from Blockchain DXB listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. I have a question by Craig who asks, what are your sources of information and how do you prepare for your podcast? Now this is such a brilliant and simple question, Craig. So what I do is the very first thing in order to prepare for my podcast is I go to a website called as Coin Spectator, and Coin Spectator is kind of like an aggregation of all different news, and then I pick up the news that I feel is relevant to go ahead and discuss in my Crypto Coffee Day podcast. The one thing, Craig, what is really important to note, I do not take the news that I blindly see. For instance, let's say if I do see a news regarding Bloomberg analyst stating something regarding blockchain technology, and if that article, let's say, is published by a coin desk, I don't take that as word. What I would further do is I'll look at the analyst's name, I'll check it on Twitter if he's actually gone ahead and said that, and only then I got and mentioned that in my podcast. So Coin Spectator, I believe, is a brilliant aggregator. I'm pretty much sure there are many other websites as well. The Coin Spectator eventually takes you to the website that is Cointelegraph, CoinDesk, Finance Magnets, Decrypt, and quite a lot of other. And apart from that, so far as the price-related information is concerned, I look at CoinMarketCap, I look at CoinGecko, I look at Masari as well, and surprisingly, Masari does provide quite a lot of in-depth and detailed information. Apart from that, Craig, when it comes to, let's say, DeFi-related things, I always look at DeFi Llama. Now, mind you, Craig, just because I'm seeing the information does not mean it is fact. And if I do find a massive anomaly, which to be honest, I do find it on certain days, I double-check this data with Relevant Explorer. So let's say if I do see that the DeFi volume is ridiculously high, what I'll then do is I will then try to look at information that is Relevant Explorer, and only then I go ahead and mention it. And then I also look at dapradar.com, and it does provide some really scary and brilliant information regarding decentralized apps. So those are some of the bits and pieces of information. And Craig, if you actually read through the show notes below, in every show notes below, I go ahead and mention the source of where I'm getting the information. Because look, it's so critical to understand that we live in a world where having a lot of information is not important, but getting information from first sources. So try to get as much as information from first source, and only then I go ahead and mention it in my podcast. And that's about all, guys, from the Ask Me Anything series from Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Check out my website www.blockchaindxb.com, and also check out my other website area2071.com that talks everything about metaverse. And guys, if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. And guys, remember, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Crypto Coffee at 8, where we cover top news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. And now the series of episodes under Crypto and Coffee Day it works is we usually cover some top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and Middle East in the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. And what you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.